Hey, it's Jessica Pearson from BeSkinnyByTomorrow.com, and I want to talk to you about signing distributors. It's a big thing. It is a constant, struggle with many people. Oh, I'm good at this, but how do I get distributors? Or, oh, I sign so many loyals, but I can't get distributors. Or, oh, I talk to all these people that want to be part of this business, but then they don't follow up with me, or I don't get back to them, or blah, blah, blah. There's so much of this, right? Like, just go in and do your job, okay? I'm going to tell you how to do it. So, first off, when people ask me how I sign as many distributors as I do, there's a few different things that I tell them. The first being that I have never gone into a conversation with anybody and sounded like a salesperson. Just think about when you walk into the mall, right? Or you walk into a store anywhere and somebody within seconds is like, hey, can I help you with anything? Like, if you're like me, you just want no part of it. Like, I'm a grown woman. I know how to shop. I'm good. Thank you. I know how to look around the store. If I need your help, I know where to go. Like, I don't need you on top of me. I don't need you selling to me. If I want the sweater, I'll buy the sweater. If not, I'm out, right? Like, that's it. But by that person following me around the store and asking me more than once, have you done this? Have you looked at this? Or have you seen this over here? Blah, blah, blah. I know they're doing their job, but they're doing it the wrong way. Because for me, I don't care what's in that store. I want out. So you have to go into this business the same exact way. Think about how you might feel being sold to, right? We go to a car dealership. We dread going to a car dealership, right? And the only reason we dread it is because we know that within seconds, we haven't even gotten out of the car yet. We just pulled up to the dealership and already somebody is walking out and trying to talk to us. And that right there sets me off instantly. Like, I want no part of it. Like, I want to come over to you. Do not bother me, right? Like, I know the spiel. I know all about it. Like, I don't want to deal with it. So that's how I look at this business. That's how I've always gone into this business and how I have been able to sign distributors by, one, starting off with the fact that I am not a salesperson. And I don't want to be sold to myself, so I am not going to try and sell to anybody else. And two, the fact that when I do talk to people, I talk to them like they're my best friend. I talk to every single person, whether it is that I've known them for 5 seconds or 5 days or 5 years, like they are my best friend. And I promise you, when you do that, people react differently. People, their walls come down, right? They don't feel that they're pressured into, buying from you or signing up with you or anything like that. So that's what I do. What I also do is I offer something of value, right? This goes hand in hand with what I love and what I've always done for the last 4 years, called attraction marketing. Offering something of value is basically the blueprint of attraction marketing. You have to give somebody something that they can appreciate and value. Posting a graphic about the business does nothing. It is not going to do anything. It's a waste of time. Stop doing it. Don't do it if you're just starting. What you want to be doing is posting about you. What you want to be doing is posting about, how you're able to work from here today, or how you were able to pay for gas because you sold, this wrap at a wrap party today, or how, groceries are paid for the next 2 weeks because you had a bomb wrap party and so many people came and now you have all this money, right? Like, that's what you want to be talking about. You do not want to be posting a graphic about all of the benefits about being a distributor, because nobody cares. So that's something I have never, ever done. I don't do that because it does not work. When I do talk about offering something of value, you have to give somebody a reason to want to sign up with you as opposed to signing up with somebody else, right? Like, if there was a room full of distributors, okay, why would somebody sign up with me over everybody else in that room? I mean, I could tell you why, but you have to figure that out for yourself, right? You have to find what it is about you that you can offer somebody. And that is what is going to attract them. And I say this all the time. You can watch all of my videos. I say this all the time. People do not buy, okay? People do not buy based on like what they're saying. People buy with their emotions, all right? And the way to their emotions is by being you. You have to be yourself. You have to sell yourself and not the reps. You have to sell the opportunity and not the business, right? Like, I don't talk about It Works Global. I talk about what It Works Global can do for people. I talk about what the business can do for them and how it can change their life. And you have to look at what you're posting, especially if it's on social media, you guys. Like, I do everything on social media. I always have, and I always will. Now, if you're going to use social media for your business, you have to do it the right way. Like, otherwise you're wasting your time. You might as well be doing wrap parties or something else, because you are wasting your time if you're not going to do it the right way. And the right way to do it is by being personal. I cannot stress this to you enough. You know, I am able to sign as many distributors as I do. I am able to be recognized as a top DT enroller twice over a summer. Okay, I was over the summer last year. Like, summers are usually not that like busy. And I was a top DT enroller twice because I am personal. When I say offer value, right? I'm talking about offering yourself. And when I offer myself in a post, it's me being me. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not changing around my words just to suit what I think people want to hear. I am not, you know, biting my tongue on issues that I feel need to be addressed. I am very open and honest, and blunt and upfront. And that is the type of person that I am. And that is especially the type of person that I am in business. And that has worked wonders for me with It Works. No pun intended. So when you're trying to offer people something of value, right? And when I say to you, you have to sell yourself before you can sell a product. You have to sell, you know, people want to buy into you before they buy into this business, you know? Like, people aren't joining your team to join your team. People are joining your team because there's something about you that they are attracted to, right? And I don't mean like physically attracted. I just mean your personality, your energy, what you have to offer based on what you said to them. So when you go and post on social media, look at your posts, right? If those posts are something that you read over and they do not sound like you are talking to your best friend, then you're not posting the right way. When I see people posting, you know, message me to find out how you can get this for $25, that is extremely salesy, and I want no part of it, right? And I guarantee you there's other people out there like me. They're not going to want any part of it either. I also guarantee you that I would never, ever talk like that to my best friend. I would never say, ask me how you can get this for $25. I just wouldn't say that, because I sound like I'm selling somebody something in a kiosk. I sound like an infomercial, and you don't want to sound like an infomercial. So, and it just drives me crazy, because I see all these posts and I'm like, you guys, like, you're wasting your time. Like, what are you doing? It's all about you. It is all about you and the words that you're saying and how you're saying them and how you're selling yourself. You know, when I talk about attraction marketing, right? And again, offering something of value, you got to leave people with something. You cannot be like every other distributor in this business. If you plan to be a top enroller or a mass recruiter or somebody that enrolls, you know, more than 5 DTs a month, you cannot be like everybody else. You have to stand out from the bunch, which is why I said before, if there was a room full of DTs, right, and then me in that room with those DTs, I know for a fact that after 5 seconds, people are going to sign up with me over other distributors. And that's not to be cocky. It's the fact that I know what I have to offer people. I have confidence in that. Your energy is everything in this business. And if you are not confident in the fact that you can sign up distributors, then guess what? You are not going to sign up distributors no matter what you do, right? I can literally give you a post, word for word, of what to say on your social media, right? To try and sign up a distributor right now. And you will not sign up a distributor with that post, even though it could be a perfect post. You will not sign up a distributor with that post because your energy is not behind that post. You know, you're copying and pasting. That's my energy, not yours. So, you know, if you are not confident in this business and in yourself and signing distributors, that's going to come through. That is absolutely going to come through in what you're saying, in what you're writing, in what your replies are. That's huge. That is absolutely huge, you guys. So when I talk about, you know, being personal, selling yourself, giving something of value, doing the traction marketing, things like that. That is how I sign distributors. I give something of value. I don't just talk about it works all day, every day. Like, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. As amazing as it works is, nobody gives a crap. Like, they don't care about that. They care about you. So you have to remember that. Otherwise, don't do social media. So if you're going to do social media, just remember these tips, because I promise you they will work if you just follow through with them. So when you're offering something of value, right? Start figuring out who your audience is. Start, you know, tapping into the things that you love that have nothing to do with it works, and pull people in that way. You know, go into groups that you know no other distributor will be in, right? Like, I know that I could be in a group with having something to do with, I don't know, full-time RVing, because that's what I do. And there's not going to be hardly any other distributor in there. You know, and so I go in, I just make friends, I talk to people. I'm genuinely interested in the group because it's one of my interests. It's something that is my life right now. So I'm able to, you know, talk in the group rather than just sit there and watch and like try and add people and all that stuff. Like, I don't do any of that, you guys. Like, I know there's so many distributors that do the follow, unfollow on Instagram. Do you know I have never followed, unfollowed, ever? Ever. Never, ever, ever. I have all of my followers on Instagram have just followed me from day one. I have never done that follow, unfollow thing. I didn't have time for it. Like, I don't have time for it. It does not, like, do anything for me. It might be amazing for you, but remember, it's a numbers game. So when I see people asking about, you know, how many people should I follow and follow? How do you guys do this? How do you guys do that? Like, for me personally, I think it's a waste of time. There are so many better ways of signing distributors in this business than to do the follow, unfollow thing on Instagram. Like, it's too much. Like, you got to be thoughtful. You got to be, like, creative with this. Like, you have to use your time wisely. Like, you can't be constantly on Instagram, like, just follow, unfollow, unfollow. Like, it's mind-blowing to me that people do that. But, you know, you got to be creative, right? You have to be... you got to think outside the box and be that distributor in that room that people are going to sign up with over everybody else. And I know for a fact, again, not to be cocky, but I know what I have to offer somebody, right? So I know they're going to sign up with me. And I go into things like that. When I talk to people, right, I lead the conversation. That's another thing I do. I lead the conversation. I lead whether I'm posting, whether I'm doing a voice message, whether I'm doing a video. I come across extremely confident. And people, even if they don't say it, people want to be led. They want a leader. They want somebody to kind of tell them what to do. And you have to think back, too. It's true. We have been we've been made to follow somebody from birth. We follow our parents as we're children. We follow our first teachers as we're kids in school. We follow our, you know, teachers again as we're getting older. We follow our first bosses in our first jobs after school, right? We follow a leader in everything. So you have to approach people in the way that they are used to being approached. When you take control of a situation, when you take control of a conversation with somebody, not when, you know, then it's totally different, right? it changes everything in a good way. When somebody is talking to you about becoming a distributor and they want more info, right? Don't copy and paste something that you wrote. Like, get on your voice message, talk to them like a person, and let them hear your voice. Let them hear your personality. Let them be wowed about the fact that you took the time to answer them while you're in the middle of cooking something, and you're telling them about what you're cooking because you're, again, talking to them like they're your best friend. As you are telling them, yeah, I can help answer you any questions, and any questions you might have, I can help answer. And so let me tell you a little bit about, how this business has helped me. It's absolutely been amazing. Things like that, as opposed to copying and pasting something that they may have already seen. Because I know a lot of DTs share things, and I know that a lot of potential people shop around with distributors. You're not the first person majority of the time that they have spoken to. They have already spoken to another distributor. And wouldn't that suck if when you got back to them, they were pasted the exact same thing that they just read an hour prior from another distributor? Wouldn't that suck for you, right? So stop doing it. Be original, be creative, be you. Like, there's no reason that you cannot come up with things to say. Which is why I say, get on those voice messages. Get on the voice messages, be personal. Like, I cannot tell you how many times people have signed with me just because I used a voice message, because it was cool. They just loved it, right? And to be honest with you, if I was signing up with somebody or trying to get info from somebody about this business, or any business for that matter, and I asked them for more information, and they got back to me for the first time with their voice in a voice message over social media, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I would not be shopping around from that point on to find another distributor. I would be talking one-on-one to them, because I would know immediately that they were taking the time, out of their schedule to actually talk to me, right? There's a difference between picking up a phone and making a phone call and getting back to somebody with a voice message. Personally, I think voice messages blow phone calls away, because phone calls, right? Phone calls don't even happen anymore with your best friends. We are so busy in this world right now that, ever since social media and cell phones and all the new technology that you can do with a text message of, FaceTime, video chat, video message, voice message, all of these crazy little things, right? People want the quickest way to do things. People want the easy way. People want, as short as possible. They want shortcuts because they're too busy to get on a phone and talk to their best friend for an hour like they used to when they were 15. It does not happen like that anymore. So you have to go into this, right? And remember the behavior of how people are now, right? I say this all the time. This business is completely psychological. Say it all the time, and it's true. If you do not go into things and think about how somebody on the other end is going to react, or what they may or may not want from you, human behavior wise, then you're not going to do good in this. So you have to change it up. You have to get to know human behavior. You have to, in order to do what I do and sign as many people as I do. Because when I said before about how, we are a shortcut society now. We want everything quick, quick, quick. There is, down in Disney, I just was down in Disney today, and there is a cupcake ATM. I kid you not. There is a cupcake ATM. Why? Because it's quick. They don't have to wait in a line. They just do what they want to do, and they get out of there. That is how people are. Like, this is what you need to understand. This is how the world has revolved. This is how, the world has evolved. This is how society has changed in the last few years. We've always been a society of, we want things like instant, right? Which is amazing because we have the wraps, and they are how much more instant can you get than that, right? But as far as human interaction, like, me and my best friends, I am I am so much more, I'm so much faster in replying back to my best friend through a text message or a voice message as opposed to a phone call, because I know if I get on the phone, as much as I may love her, right? As soon as I get on the phone, I know that that's going to be like forever, and how do I get off the phone, and what if I have something to do, and blah, blah, blah. Whereas you just get on a voice message and you say what you got to say, and you go back and forth for a little bit, quick. You're not interrupting your day. You're able to respond when you want to respond, rather than having to be put under pressure with being on a phone call. And if somebody asks you a question, you have to answer it, and then you have to sit there and go back and forth. Like, nobody wants that anymore. That's why voice messages are the way to go. And I will say this till I'm blue in the face. If you're not using voice messages, you are not doing your business. Like, you are not taking advantage of every single thing that you have to get distributors on your team. You're not. Like, this is what I do every single day. This is how I sign distributors. I'm personal. I offer something of value. I sell myself before I sell the products. I sell the opportunity before I sell It Works Global, right? I share me. I have people buy into me rather than the business. People want to sign up with me because they like me. Forget about the business. They like me. So if you want people to sign up with you, give them you. If you are somebody that is weird and quirky and, nerdy and all that stuff, show it. Don't stifle that side of you because you think that you're in an online business now, or you're in a work from home business where you need to be professional and this and that. Yes, professional is one thing, but don't become a robot. Don't change who you are. I have somebody on my team who is in corporate America, and she works with high-end clients all day, and she is very by the book, robot, because that's what she's been kind of trained to be in this business. Then when she tries to do her at work stuff, she brings that robot into the at works business, and it doesn't work for her, because this should be personal. This is, if you're doing social media especially, social media is not meant for business from day one. Social media is meant to be social. And how are you going to be social if you're being a robot? How are you going to be social if you're copying and pasting posts from other people and you're not even being you, right? How are you going to be social when you are replying to somebody about this opportunity when they ask you a question and you are literally just copying and pasting what you sent to somebody 5 minutes prior to that? It can't be like that. If you want to sign up a lot of distributors, you have to learn and literally change yourself to be more personal. You have to be more personal. Again, if your posts sound like they are salesy, change them until they sound like you're talking to your best friend. Posts that are where you're making posts about, this business and this and that, and how it's $99 to join, and it's this and it's that. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares, right? Like, you got to be vague. You got to be vague, and you have to be mysterious, and you can't just lay it all out on the table like that, you guys. You have to have people wanting to contact you. And that's what I've done. That's attraction marketing, okay? When you have people contacting you, when you have people messaging you to join your team, and you're sitting there like, who is this person? This is kind of amazing. That's what I do. That's what I do all day, every day, and that's what I've done for the last 4 years. And that's how I sign distributors. I don't put it all out on the table. I give them just enough to where they're intrigued, and then they want to contact me. And without fail, they contact me. And I'm telling you, everything I've told you in this video will work for you if you just do it. You just got to do it. So again, offer something of value. Be mysterious and intriguing. And what I mean by that is, if you do a live video, right? Don't make the title what the video is about. Make it something that is completely not about that, right? Say if you're talking about, okay, again, I did some work from Disney World today. And say I wanted to do a live video, right? Now, if I just said working from Disney in my video, no one's gonna really care, right? But if I was saying, like, if I made a post or if I made a live video and my title was something like, I don't know. Mickey Mouse is my new boss. It goes with the video, right? It goes with what I was going to say. But it makes people tune in. So that's another thing. Be creative in your titles of your live videos. Be creative in your posts. You know, again, don't put it all out on the table for people. Nobody cares. Put the mystery out for people to know, right? Like when you're making a post and you are talking about you know, looking for 5 people to join my team and all of these things, right? Like, that's great. That's cool. But get more creative, right? So if that was me, instead of saying like, oh, I'm looking for 5 people to join my team, I would get creative and I would say, again, this is on the spot, so don't laugh at me. I would say something like, I don't know, 2 people are battling it out right now for the last spot on my team. And I decided to open up 1 more. I'm going to sign those 2 people, and I decided to open up 1 more spot, right? Like, who wants it? I've done that before, and it works. And not only does it work, but that 1 spot gets filled by like 10 people. Because people, when you put out that sense of urgency, and when you're creative in what you're saying, and when you make people feel like they are missing out on something, or they are losing out on an opportunity that other people are fighting for, legitimately, that's what I said, people are fighting for the spot, their energy changes, and what they want changes, and they realize like, ooh, I want this, you know, like, ooh, I kind of want this, like, let me contact her. And without fail, again, they'll contact. Now, there's people that I have spoken to for a good portion of my time that I go back and forth with about becoming a distributor, and they end up not signing up, ever. And that's okay, right? Like, that happens. But the majority of people that I talk to, within seconds of talking to them, they want to join my team because they fall in love with me or what I have to offer them. So make people fall in love with you. Make people fall in love with you, and what you have to offer them. Not It Works Global. Because ultimately you want them on your team. So you want people to fall in love with you to join your team. So make people fall in love with you and your personality and your quirkiness, if it is quirky, and your weirdness and nerdiness, if that is you. Whoever you might be as a person, show that to people. Be personal with people. Talk to them like they are your best friend. Use voice messaging. Be creative in your posts. Be vague with your video titles. Leave some mystery and intrigue in what you're talking about. And I promise you, without question, you will sign distributors a lot easier than you probably are now. So that is it for today. Again, this is how I sign distributors. These are the things that I do. These are the important things that I focus on. But the main thing always is to leave people wanting more. When you leave people wanting more, again, attraction marketing. When you leave people wanting more, especially with a Facebook Live video or Periscope or things like that, they're not going anywhere, right? They unknowingly become a follower. They unknowingly become a fan, right? Like, and that's just human nature, what people do. There's people on Instagram, like these makeup artists that I absolutely love, that I don't know them from a hole in the wall, but the second that they say something, I'm like, ooh, what is she saying now? That's the thing that you want to be. That is that type of person that you want to be to the people that are watching you, to the people that are your audience in this business. Whether you just added somebody to your Facebook yesterday or you added them 5 weeks ago, you want to be that person that they're like, what is she saying now? Or what is she offering now? Or where is she now, right? Like, it doesn't matter what it might be, but you want them to be excited to hear from you. You want them to be looking forward to your next post. And you're not going to be doing that by posting a graphic. You're not going to be doing that by copying and pasting something that 20,000 other distributors already pasted on their Facebook, because they already saw it. Be original, be creative, and be you, not another distributor. And you will sign distributors. So that's it. All right. I hope you guys have a great night. And yeah, just go get them. Just go get them. This is the easiest job in the world, you guys. Like, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And you will do awesome. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.